Hello, welcome to Clarity Tarot. And today's reading is going to be a pick a card and pick a pile reading about then versus now. How did this person perceive you in the beginning versus how do they see you now? So this could be for anyone in love interest, family, boss, at work, whoever comes to mind. So observe the piles, pile 1, 2, and 3. We have a message card, actually a stack of message cards. Pile 1, the first one is thinking of you. Pile 2, the first message card is I need space. And pile 3 is I'm obsessed with you / this situation. So if those help you to select which pile you think is right for you, we'll have a stack of cards to interpret for how they first saw you versus how they see you now. So take a moment and pick your pile. I will see you at your reading. This is a general reading, so it might not apply to everyone, but if you want a personal reading, you can find out how to get one in the description box. Okay, see you at your pile. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So you picked the Thinking of You card, and behind that we have anxiety and depression. So we'll see what that's about here. So both those messages might be at play with you. So okay, and the first stack here is how this person saw you initially when you first met. From my Enneagram deck, we have the prayer posture of courage for type 6. We have the devil card and the 4 of wands. So how do they see you at first? Well, I think this person immediately felt drawn to you in kind of a scary way. They saw you as very strong, as very courageous, as very kind of in yourself, in your own energy, in your own posture. How do I want to say that? Like, just totally kind of like a badass kind of person. And it scared them a little bit because they immediately felt kind of tied to you and like that is my person. That is my home, that's my family, that's my community. I mean, that's a very strong first impression, right? It's kind of actually a little bit of a crazy first impression, and I'm getting that this person felt a little crazy when they first met you because of how that struck them. So I think that's pretty straightforward. And then let's see how they see you now. The instinct, strength of self-preservation, consistency, harmony with body and environment, and focus on resources. The Knight of Swords and the Sun. Interesting. So with this, I'm drawn to this Knight of Swords card. I mean, this person takes shit from nobody, for sure. Let's start with that. But they're also pretty defensive. Like, look at that. Like, that person is like, you come closer, I cut you. It's kind of what they seem to be saying. But then we also have the Sun card, and look at this beautiful woman in her like naked back right here. So what I'm getting with this is they're seeing you as kind of withdrawn, particularly from them, focus on your own well-being, and you're kind of giving them this kind of stance. Like, if you come closer, you better look out because I have this sword and I'm not afraid to use it. But despite that, they still see you as this really inspirational person that brings a lot of light to their life, somebody that inspires them and that they would really love to be closer to. And so then we have your messages, anxiety and depression and thinking of you. Something went down here, pile 1. I'm not sure what. I mean, you know your situation. It's got this person feeling like they just aren't enough for you. Like, you're this glorious light being, and they have done something to cause you to have this stance towards them. Because if you're represented by the Sun, like, a Sun person wouldn't normally be in this kind of posture towards somebody, right? So this person must have done something to create that. I want to get a little bit more about this, so I'm just going to use a regular playing card deck for this. So Spirit, with pile 1, in terms of the change and how this person used to see them and how they see them now, is there anything else that's important for the viewer to know? Well, we have the Knight of Swords again. Four of Wands again, okay. And the Ten of Cups. So crazy to me when I get the exact same cards from different decks, right? I mean, I'll probably say it every video, but tarot's so cool. Okay, and then we have on the floor, if I can pick these up, the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. We have the Joker on the bottom of the deck, which to me is an anxiety card. So the other things you need to know about this, I mean, first of all, Spirit's doubling down on the message of the Knight of Swords and the Four of Wands. Like, they still see you as their home and someone they want to belong with. They see you in this really brash, protective, defensive energy, and they're not sure how to do that. They believe that they need to be the King of Pentacles, and they're just not living up to that yet. You are their Ten of Cups, their son, like the home, family, happiness, emotional fulfillment that they're looking for. And they have all these options of how to go about fixing things with you or coming together with you, and they just don't know what to do. They're just really stuck in this place of anxiety and depression. So I want us to get some advice for you, actually. I'm going to take that from the Kabbalah Tree of Life Oracle, which I've really liked using lately. So what is the advice, please, for pile 1 about how to deal with this person? Even before drawing a card, I'm getting, don't do a thing, let them come to you. Ooh, interesting. The Coward, number 3. This is a water sign suit. Possible meanings: a betrayal or a person who acts as a traitor. Lies: an area of life where you're falling short or selling yourself short. Fear of the unknown. Having the wisdom to hold back rather than rushing in recklessly. So what I'm getting with this advice for you is to see this person accurately. These messages are hard to deliver because I know how it is on the receiving end. I know you want to believe in this person. I mean, this experience of meeting someone, and I think you intuitively knew this, actually, pile 1. Like, you knew that you hit this person like a ton of bricks, and they just felt absolutely overwhelmed by you and enamored, and I'm getting this might actually be a person who's actually dated a lot too, like has had a lot of men or women or folks around them. And so to meet somebody and be just totally overwhelmed by them is very flattering for you. And it should be. You should be flattered. You're an amazing person. It doesn't change who this person is. They're not as strong as you. They're not as ethical as you. They don't have the strength of character to manage this situation. And it's not your job to compensate for that, which I think is why I was getting that, I was shuffling, getting that advice of you just kind of sit pretty and live your life. And this person will either totally have a massive transformation where they upend their life and they heal this within themselves, or more likely they won't, and they'll be the person they've always been. You know, it's a good thing to believe in growth and transformation and to believe in miracles, as long as you realize that they're miracles and it doesn't happen many times. The probability is not high. So the advice from you from Spirit is just to recognize who you're dealing with. Be flattered. I mean, be amazed by the fact that you had such an impact on someone that it's causing them to consider changing their entire life and their entire way of going about their world and their life, and they're considering becoming a better person, a more authentic, honest, emotionally responsible kind of person. So that's your message, pile 1. I hope you liked that. If you did, or even if you didn't, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Let me know what resonated for you, or even what didn't resonate for you. And if you want a private reading, you know how to do that in the description. Thanks, pile 2. See you in another reading. Okay, pile 2, we have, you chose the I Need Space card. And below that we have, I Want You, and then I Only Want to Be Friends Right Now. So let's see what this is about. So pile 1, How They Saw You in the Beginning. We have the Star card. It's pretty great. The Wheel of Fortune. Childhood Wound of the 2, Self-Sacrifice. These are from my Enneagram deck that I created. Childhood Wound of the 8, Rejection of Childhood, being a child. Love Letter from Spirit. That's interesting. This kind of snuck in here. That's not supposed to be in this deck, but Defense of the 7, Rationalization. How did they see you in the beginning? Well, with the Star card, they saw you as kind of magical, ethereal, very attractive in the sense of like drawing them in, almost like kind of a tractor beam. There's also something with this Love Letter from Spirit card. What I'm getting is that they're even just observing that you exist in the world, regardless of what kind of connection or relationship they would ever have with you, felt like, wow, God loves me, or maybe even like there is a God, or something like that, which is, yeah, kind of nice to have somebody say about you. With this Wheel of Fortune, I mean, it is upright, but what I'm getting is both that they felt lucky to meet you and to know you exist, but also maybe unlucky because of the circumstances in which you met, or maybe their life circumstances and their ability to be around you. Self-sacrifice, rejection of childhood, rationalization. They saw you as someone that had a very difficult life. Someone maybe that was never really given the opportunity to be a child, who had to grow up really fast, who had a life of duty, of obligation, of hard work, of pressure. And that you took just a very like stoic approach to that. Like, yeah, whatever. I mean, this is how I grew up. It's what I did to survive. It's how I made it. You took a kind of, you didn't have a sob story about that. You were happy just to let that be what it was. So that's how they saw you at first. And what about now? We have the prayer posture of the 5, release, non-attachment, defense mechanism of type 8, which is denial, lost messages, your presence matters. Wisdom of the 5, this can be reduced to a single principle. Understanding this unlocks full knowing. Lost messages of the 6, you are safe. Then we have the Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles. How they see you now. They see you as burying your head in the sand, as refusing to acknowledge something, which is very frustrating for them because they see you as very wise, and they know that if you looked at the situation, let's say between you and them, from an objective point of view and took a step back, you would immediately see the problem, you would immediately know what to fix, and you'd be able to do that. But you're denying that you're able to see that truth, or maybe you're just not wanting to see it because you know of what it might require of you, and you're not willing to face that. The prayer posture of release is interesting. I think they're seeing you as letting them go, letting this situation go. Lost messages, you are safe, and lost messages, your presence matters. So I feel like the way that they're seeing you now is that you're not understanding that you're safe with them, and that you being there with them is really important, and you make a difference. Like the relationship is important to them. Why do they not know that? I wonder. But yeah, they see you as reacting as if you're unsafe in the situation. I think the way they're interpreting that is that there's some kind of trigger or like childhood trauma that's coming up for you. And they might even be aware that they've triggered that for you, but they definitely feel like it's overblown in your case. And by the way, pile 2, like this is just the messages that are coming through. Like it's their opinion. It doesn't mean necessarily like it's the truth, right? This is just like somebody's perception. But yeah, they're seeing you as pulling away, as focusing maybe on your home and family, as perhaps leaving them behind and taking kind of the attitude of, well, I don't matter anyway. I can never get what I need in that situation. I can't be safe with that person. So I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to release. And so they're seeing you as taking that posture instead of turning your wisdom to the situation and saying, okay, what's the one thing that needs to be fixed here, and then fixing that thing. So they see you in kind of an avoidant energy, I'd say. So Spirit, is there anything I'm missing here about pile 2? So piles 2's person, then versus now. Anything else you want to clarify? 10 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, with the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So they see you as this King of Wands person, but they're observing you acting very burdened. 10 of Wands, like you're kind of at the end of your rope. 4 of Swords, like trying to find space to rest. And with the Ace of Pentacles, like trying to find something new, like trying to, instead of working on what's already in your life, looking to start over somewhere, and just kind of like with a clean slate and just leaving everything else behind. So with the messages, I want you, I need space, I only want to be friends right now. I'm getting a really burdened vibe from this person. I'm almost getting, so normally the messages would be like from the person to you, but I'm getting that these are your messages to them. Does that make sense? Like they're not totally getting that you need space and you want them. Like how can those coexist? You're taking your space. They're interpreting that as, you don't want me. That's it. I'm definitely getting a lot of confusion and miscommunication with this pile. From the way they're perceiving you, it seems like you're not inclined to reach out and explain yourself or set the record straight with anything, but you might want to consider that, and maybe that's the action that you don't want to take. Maybe you expect just to be understood without helping someone understand you. There's a lot of people like that. It's like you either get me or you don't, kind of attitude. But what I might suggest, this is coming from me, not from Spirit. I'll pull advice from Spirit in a moment. But just what's coming up for me as I'm looking at this is, I don't think this person understands what's going on with you at all. And for some reason, you think that they get it. Why do you think that they get it? I actually, sorry, I'm on my own little trail here, but I wanna know why. The person being described here, so that's you. So why do you believe that they understand you? Why do you believe that they understand this about you and they should know already? Why does this person believe they should know already? 3 sevens, Knight of Cups, because you've told them you love them. You've been very open about with your communication. Like, I appreciate you. But then there's this defensiveness, and Yeah. They're assuming that that loving someone equals understanding them and you never have to explain yourself. That's kind of a dream. I would love to believe that that's how it works, but yeah, this person needs some explanation about, like, you have to, it's just some degree, like, you have to teach people how to love you or what equals love to you. I wish that wasn't true. What's that song? There's a song by Natasha Bedingfield. Might just be called Soulmate or something. Put it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. But one of the lines is, everyone wants someone to love that knows how to love you without being told. Which, yeah, we do all want that. And the reason we all want that is because it's very, very difficult to find, if not impossible. And even if you do find someone that loves you pretty well, intuitively, they might not get it 100% right. And so this person perhaps has been very loving and loved you exactly the way you've needed on many occasions, but now there's a way in which they haven't done that. And it's being taken personally instead of being like, okay, I need to explain something here. Like so that's the action I think that needs to be taken by you. Pile 2 is explain what's going on with you, which I know you don't want to do. And I know you might not like this reading. I'm sorry about that. Okay, but let me see. That's just for me. Let's see what Spirit's going to say about advice for my pile 2. And I also feel like, yeah, again, like the confusion energy in this one's really interesting, how it's clouding my mind. I didn't have that in the last pile, but I feel like I'm mixing up the two of you. So I hope it hasn't been too confusing for you to listen to, pile 2. All right, advice from Spirit, pile 2. This is from the Kabbalah Tree of Life Oracle. Which is by Cherry Gilchrist. Okay. The Seed, number 1. And looks like this is a fire sign card. An opportunity that needs cultivation. Your talents will be called upon. An issue about viability, whether something has potential or is infertile. Check your resources. Yeah, so the advice is you don't know whether this is a viable situation or not because you haven't checked to see if it can go or not go. And the way that you need to do that is to be more clear about what you're wanting and needing in the situation and then see if that person can deliver that, instead of just acting however you're acting and then not responding how you need and you saying, well, okay, that's it. So the advice here is to, instead of just prejudging that this person can't be there for you in the way that they need, explain what you need and give them a shot to actually try that instead of guessing. So that's your message, pile 2. I hope that was helpful for you in some way and resonated for you. Please leave me a comment. Let me know if it did or even if it didn't. I would be curious to hear about that. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Okay, pile 3. We have, if you picked the I'm obsessed with you and the situation card, let's see how your person saw you at first versus now. So we have the 9 of Pentacles with the Hanged Man in terms of how they saw you at first. The prayer posture for type 3 of receptivity. And the defense of number 3, identification. So they saw you as taking a break, as being single, sexy, confident, happy, fulfilled in your own right, and not working too hard. And I'm getting the sense of, like, not like in a lazy way or you never worked hard, but you've been pushing, and now you are hanging back a little bit. So they saw you in more of like a relaxed energy at first, and they noticed that about you, like, oh, this is great. This person is taking the rest and relaxation they need. And how they see you now, we have the Queen of Swords, the 3 of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. We also have the love they want. I will not betray your trust. Thank you for protecting me. I'll guard your heart. That's the love they want. And the gift of the 8, power, immediacy, and miracle. So how they see you now? Well, they definitely see you coming out of that period of rest. They see you on the move. They see you, what's that expression? Something in taking names. Yeah, you're like leading the charge or going after what you want. And they're feeling a little bit estranged from you for some reason. I need to understand this. So what else for pile 3? What's this? Why is this 5 of Pentacles here? Actually, wow. Billion cards just spit out at me. I've got a lot of face cards in here. I'm wondering if there was some kind of situation with a whole bunch of people. So if it's a dating situation, there might have been extra people in the mix. If it was work, maybe like a whole work environment. So 5 of Pentacles. Why is the 5 of Pentacles here in this reading? King of Swords. Anything else about the 5 of Pentacles? Queen of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles again. Thank you, Spirit. I already gave you the card. It's the 5 of Pentacles. Yes, thank you very much. So, well, first of all, they see you as kind of their equal. But they also see you as maybe a little bit stronger than them. Queen or King of Swords to the Queen of Swords. And I'm getting that maybe they experienced that you said something to them that was either kind of harsh or cutting or very intense. Oh yeah, we have the Queen of Swords over here again. And so it's making them feel a little bit left out or like kind of emotionally cut off from you or left out of the situation. So if this is a work situation, I'm getting like this one might be more of a work situation for some of you. They're feeling like this energy from you of like, you're dead to me, kind of. Again, coming back to the love they want. I will not betray your trust. Thank you for protecting me. I'll guard your heart. So they're seeing you as wanting that love, and maybe that's what they didn't get from you. So, sorry. That's what you didn't get from them. So there is kind of a regret energy here, more so than the other piles. Like, they recognize that in some way they didn't show up for you in the way that you needed. And I wonder if that's related to how they used to see you. Maybe they used to see you as kind of just like chilling, not taking things too seriously, like in kind of a pause. Maybe they didn't take you as seriously or something. I want to, let's see. Just for my own edification here, pile 3, I want to understand what the hell happened here. I mean, you already know, but maybe you'd like some clarification too. So, for pile 3, what happened? What did this person do to my pile 3s? 10 of Wands. Overburden them. The Artist. Knight of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, the World. Okay, let's see here. World in reverse, Knight of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. What did they do? Well, first of all, they're very slow. They put a lot of expectations and burden on you. They didn't close out some other connection they had. They chose a partner that wasn't you. And so whether that was at work or personal, even though there was more opportunity to partner with you and for the two of you to be together, they didn't honor that. They didn't acknowledge that. They ignored that. They were very slow and gave their partnership energy elsewhere. Temperance in reverse. So it was a very unbalanced relationship. And you might have said that quite clearly. Like, this is a betrayal of my trust. Like, I've been loyal to you. I'm no longer going to make someone a priority that makes me an option. One of my favorite sayings. Okay. So that's what happened there. So they're seeing you quite rightly in this energy of like, you know, come correct and on your knees groveling, or don't come at all. And the message I'm getting from the reading is you are right to be in that energy. Maybe not very kind. I mean, you could be a little more gracious, but I'm getting that this person doesn't deserve that, and so you're not going to offer that, which is your prerogative for sure. So any advice for my pile threes from the Kabbalah Tree of Life Oracle? Advice for pile threes. The Head, number 1, which I think this is an air sign card. Yep. Possible meanings: a debate, work which challenges your mental faculties, an issue with your boss, or an offer to take up new leadership. That's so cool. I thought this was maybe a work one. A connection that you must make with something outside your normal sphere, an intellectual puzzle. And again, I'm obsessed with you in this situation. Advice for you: an offer to take up new leadership. Yeah, I'm getting that the ways that you needed your boss to be a leader for you, they just weren't. Or even if this is a romantic relationship or a friendship, you needed this person to take certain kinds of leadership and they didn't do that. And so the advice for you is to be the kind of leader that you want to be. If there's change you want to see in the relationship or at work, like, be the person that instigates that change, because you actually are the ones with the skills for that. This other person doesn't have the skills for that. And that's frustrating and annoying, but it's the reality. And so I think that you have to decide, do I want to create this here in this situation or somewhere else? So that's your reading, pile 3. I hope that was helpful for you. Please let me know if it resonated for you, or even if it didn't. I'd be curious to hear. And I'll see you next time. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for coming by. Bye-bye.